people. It's 7 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm Debbie from Aussie Maille and welcome to our first live chat session. So I'm not actually demonstrating anything tonight. I'll be doing some chainmail. I've got some chainmail that I need to do for my daughter, but I won't actually be demonstrating a set weave tonight. So how is everybody? Let me just pop this chat out so I can see everybody that's on board. I can see you've all started the party without me. Hey Kim and Rosalind and Susie. How you going, Susie? Keeping good, I hope. Hey Sharon, Rosalind, really good to see you, love. I hope you don't lose power. Although I'm sure you're looking forward to the rain. We've got rain coming tomorrow, apparently. Oh, I hope so. Really excited about the rain. And the hey sweetheart. Who else have we got on? Wes. Hey Wes, how you hanging? Sorry. Hi Di.
A little more armoured based upon his posts these days.
A little more armoured, yeah. How's the glove going, Wes? That's a big project you've put up for yourself there. Who have we got? Shirley. Yes, Shirley, there is a face. I am here. Lisa, it's lovely to see you. I can't imagine what time it is in Florida. Hey, Linda. Linda Bowers and Linda Bale. Good to see you guys. Oh, who else have I got? Daryl, I can see you. Daryl and Casey. Hey, Dana. Lovely to see you. Oh, look at you all. Sharon. Sharon, where are you from, Sharon? If you're coming to visit Australia, did I miss something? Oh, Canada. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Julie. How's it going, sweetheart? Okay, you made it. You remembered? Fantastic. So I hear you guys up in Queensland have got some rain. 3 a.m. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Hey, Nicole. Leonine, is that how you pronounce that? Chris, little Leonine?
Leo? No,
No,
I don't
Leo.
know.
Because it's Leo, right?
Yeah, Leo 9.
Am I pronouncing that right, Nicole? Leonine?
No, Hazel's on.
Hey, yeah. Bonnie. Oh, Hazel, good to see you. Hey, Shirley. Fantastic. All right, so as I said, this is just our first chat session this week. This is a new thing for us, so if it bombs, then we'll have to think of something else to do. Oh, water tanks are overflowing. Oh my God, Susie. We don't get more than like 5 minutes worth of rain. And that's it. So I'm really hoping we've got rain for the next couple of days. I really hope it rains for us.
Yeah.
Lion-like. So yeah, am I pronouncing it right? I mean, I know it had to do with lions, but I still don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So please excuse me if I'm not. I haven't seen a thunderstorm in about 6 years, whereas we're getting a lot of thunderstorms, which unfortunately means we're also getting the lightning and we're getting the fires because everything's so bloody dry here at the moment. Yeah, signing up to talk. It's the one thing about YouTube that's a bit of a hassle, Dawn, but otherwise I really like it. A D&D monster called, I have no idea.
No, I haven't heard of that one either.
Oh, Chris is Googling. 1,400 kids yesterday, they were caged in their classrooms. Nice, Susie, nice. Mostly rain. Oh, I can't believe, you know. Flood warnings. Are you kidding, Linda? Wow, so you guys are really getting hit up there. We're as dry as the proverbial bone down here at the moment, and humid. Ugh. 500 hits, yeah. We had we didn't have a lightning a couple of weeks ago, I suppose it was. Wollongong got hit that much that I could stand outside, and we're how many kilometres from Wollongong?
Oh.
A few hours drive, couple of hours drive? Couple of hours drive from Wollongong, and I could see the sky lighting up. They had got that many hits that we could see the sky lighting up from here from them. Not kidding. Wow. Well, I hope you're staying safe, Linda. Oh, it's just crazy, you guys. So is there a tropical storm up that way?
Something like
See, I'm not watching. I don't watch the news or anything anymore. 172 millimetres at 7 a.m. Yeah, Margaret, we're not even getting short showers here, but like I said,
Tomorrow. Forecast.
oh, very nice, Kira. I like that one. Looking fresh as newly washed Aussie Maille rings.
Oh, that's a good one.
Much better than the baby elephant. Jams dropping, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's terrible, the lack of rain. I'm over it. And the humidity. I can't wait for winter to come. Wet winter would be lovely. All the mist on the mountain. I could do with a couple of days of mist. All right. Okay. Melbourne has my sympathies. Terrible weather? Okay. I don't think Melbourne's weather was that bad. Hey Silver, how you going, sweetheart? Morana Bar. How far up is that, Dawn? Morana Bar. I've never heard of that one. You got rain too, Daryl?
Yeah, that's where the storm's coming from, New Zealand.
Oh, it's Daryl's fault. Jesus, Daryl. Did your parcel make it there all right then? Didn't get washed away? Hey Debbie, how's it going? We are getting the rain. It's just hot enough not to be drops. Oh, tell me about it. And that's what it's like, isn't it, Stephen? You get 5 minutes worth of rain, and then it's even hotter and muggier. Okay. Hey Annette, good to see you. Moranbah. And it's west of Mackay. Okay. Okay, cool. No, I don't know that. I hadn't heard of that one before. 3 different pronunciations. Yeah, well, you know, whatever. So has everybody started to receive their parcels? Those that are Mail Club subscribers? Has anyone not got theirs yet? Known for oranges? Okay. Well, if you have to go out and get it there. Well, I don't have to do that anymore because my last 2 are in high school now. I don't have any primary school runs, so that's beautiful. More in bar. Received it with it? Okay, beautiful. All right, so everybody's getting them. No aircon, Kate. That's rough.
Yeah.
Lots of slipovers. Oh, you love the bubble wrap, Joe? I was a bit over wrapping them all by the time I got to the end of them, though. Squeals of delight. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Wonderful. Sharon. All right, Sharon, I will, when I'm finished, I'll double check. You're going to write that down? Chris will write that down and we'll double check the tracking, see what they're up to. So you got yours yesterday? Yeah, I thought I saw the notification for yours come through, Daryl. Yours started kindy this year, Stephen. Oh, you've got a long way to go, mate. Although you've already got an older one, so you know all about it.
He's prepared.
So you got an opalite, Natalie? So that's that sort of whitey colour one. So hopefully those that sent in requests got the pendants that they asked for. I tried really hard to do that.
Okay. I thought you were just going to randomise it.
Well, everyone else got randomised, but I did try for the ones that put it in the post in the group. Just started preschool. Yeah, very long way to go. So I've only got 2 left in high school. Oh, 2 left in school. One started year 11 and one started year 7. So nearly there. Excellent. You got malachite. Is that how you pronounce it? Malachite?
Malachite, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not moonstone, unfortunately. It is opalite. I mean, it's pretty, but it's not a. It's a man-made. I even hesitate to call it gemstone because I think it's glass with some minerals or something mixed in it. But it is very pretty. Hey Sue, you're not late, darling. We're just doing a chat session this week, so it's turn up whenever you like, basically. Excellent, Stephen. You owe me then. You have grandchildren in school. Not up to grandchildren yet. Thank you very much. First one's only just moved out of home, so I don't need grandchildren in my life yet. I need a break, small break. Vivid dreaming when kept at night. Okay, cool. Look, I have to admit, I was going to do a little blurb and slip it in, but time got away from me. So you all guys are going to have to Google it all yourself. A granddaughter in year 3, Rosalind. Oh, well, that's a little bit different, Susie. Don't you think? Hey, Cassandra, it's good to see you. All right, well, I'm just... My son is now older than I was when he was born. Yeah, time, it creeps up on you. Some of her friends' grandparents. Yeah, well, because we've got 4 kids, Debbie, and we found, especially with our youngest one, most of his peers, they're the first in the family, whereas for Owen, he's obviously our youngest. So there's quite a difference between the parents and the children. And 30 last weekend. Am I not quite there yet? So they do grow up and move out, Shirley? It's not a myth? You're watching me on TV. Oh my gosh, Julie, how big am I?
You're on the big screen.
Can you see the pores in my nose? All right, finished my coffee. I can't imagine watching me on the big screen. That would be a little horrifying. Okay, so week 2 and 3, no pendant in my pack. Margaret, there should be a gemstone pendant in week 3 of March. We're talking March's kits here, not February's. Waiting for the move out part. Oh, actually, so I said my eldest, he moved out just before Christmas. So he's living down the bottom of the hill a bit. He's moved in with a couple of mates. Thank you, Lisa. It's fabulous. You're looking at Chris's dance moves. Try and convince him to put a camera on him, actually, Julie. Told him we're going to have to put a camera on him and just me. I suggested perhaps he could dress up in armour and play the guitar or the drums for us. As long as he's dressed in armour, it's chainmail related, right? There are dance moves. No, I have coffee and water. There will not be any dance moves tonight. Chris is going to jam with his brother after this. There might be dance moves there, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be privy to that. You didn't get a week. You didn't get a week 3 because I didn't have any left over.
Alright, well, we better get one out.
Can you look around again for me, Margaret, and make sure? Because I didn't have any leftover or anything like that. There was one hiccup that I'm aware of, and the person who got that extra kit has come forward and told me about it already, and that was a week 1 kit. It wasn't a week 3. So can you just double check the satchel for me, make sure it's not hiding in the bottom somewhere?
No, she found it.
Oh, she found it? You sure?
Yep.
Oh, yep.
At the bottom.
Yeah, that was my fault. I was so keen to parcel these bloody things up and send them to you. I actually forgot to put them in the padded bags like I normally do. And I was halfway through, and before I realised I'd done that, so I just kept going with it. So I'm sorry about that. An epic battle in the background, Stephen.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Oh my word. Yeah, weird. He's got so much more experience, but sounds fun.
I can sing a song. Whereas we've had words about this, and I'm not singing a song. Fantastic. No, that's fine, Margaret. No, that's fine. Like I said, I knew I did a hiccup, and somebody actually ended up with 2 kits of week 1, but they did contact me. So yeah, sometimes they do hide in the bag, Shirley. That's for sure. A lute. I'd love to learn how to play something like a lute. That would be cool. I could be a lute and you could play the guitar, because I don't think a lute and drums would go very well together. If you play something, yeah. It's all right, Margaret. No worries. Not a problem. Glad we got it sorted. Okay.
15 minutes in, you got a dirty chain mail?
50 minutes. All right. So Chris is harassing me to actually mail. Well, he doesn't realise this is a chat session. I did, though, promise someone in the comments, hey, Natalie, you're not late, darling. We're just chatting, so it's no problem at all. I did promise someone in the comments that I would show how to do a kinged by Pyroberis. So I've got a short piece made up. And I'll do that at the moment. Triple checking your bags isn't paranoia. No, it's just common sense, Stephen. Just common sense. 4 times is you're crazy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get tricky. We've got a different camera view this week just for this chat session. So hopefully this works. Ta-da! Look at that. What do you think, guys? Can you see me? Oh, disappeared. That was the one you wanted, Annette, I hope. I think you had a couple of options, so I just went with the first one that you mentioned. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick, let me find my pliers, there they are. A quick little demonstration of King by Pyroberis. I don't do this any differently than I do normal, so those that double dab. I know, it's awesome, isn't it? I thought this way you can still see me and watch my hands. So I probably won't do the demonstrations like this on a normal night, but I figured for this would be the way to go. Okay, so just to do the Viperiberis, the kinged, we start off by making. What's that? What are you laughing about?
Stephen's comment.
I have to pay extra for double. Well, you know my PayPal account, Stephen. Feel free to put something else in there. All right, so we're going to make a chain. Now, if you're making normal Viperiberis, obviously it's just a simple chain of 1, 1, 1. About twice the length that you will need in the bracelet, because we fold these rings up. And obviously if we're making a kinged version, the chain becomes 2, 2, 2. So you can add to this as you're going along. You don't need to. Yeah, that could be a bit scary, Dawn. I'm not even sure what my face looks like when I'm male, so this could be absolutely horrifying for all of us. All right. Does that mean we have Deb kinged? I guess you do. Excellent, Stephen. All right, so start off with a simple chain. If you're doing kinged version, it's 2, 2, 2, twice the length that you need. Single normal version, it's just a single chain. All right, so what we need to do is, this is 16 gauge, 1.2 mils, 1/4 inch ID. I'm not actually sure what other sizes works, but if you can work out the aspect ratio from that, you'll be able to work out the different sizes. I just happen to know that this one works, so I went with that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to fold the first couple of our rings. So we've got rings 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to put a twist tie through ring number 1, and then we're going to fold rings 2 down so that it hangs down the bottom of there, and we're just going to flip rings 3 up, and we can let the rest just hang for the moment because we really only want to deal with those 2 rings. Now I haven't actually prepped my other rings. I'll just open this up. And what we want to do here is we want to put another ring through rings 1 and 3. So we're going to just put them through just like that. And we close that up. And because we're kinging this, obviously we're going to put another ring in the same path. Okay. Shouldn't have coffee before mail, I think. There we go. All right, so just through the same path. So it looks like that. Now your next option now is we can just continue working all the way down the side, or we can flip our work over to the other side and work on there. And I'll do that just to show you here. So this we're looking at here, rings 2 and 4. And we're just going to do the same for them. Fire Dragon. I don't know who Fire Dragon 17 is. We're not really late. We're just doing a live chat session tonight, and I'm just doing a really quick demonstration that someone's requested. So you haven't really missed out on very much. It's all good. So again, we've just put rings through rings 2 and 4, and again, because it's the kinged version, we're going to put 2 through there. Oops. Okay. And then we put our work back around the way we had it, and we want to flip our next loose ring up so that it sits on top of the previous ring. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to punch you in the face with the pliers. We wanted to go up through that ring, but we also want it to go down through the next one and through the eye. So through the eye that's formed by the colour ring and the silver ring underneath it. Okay, and we close that up. So you can see that. So not only am I joining those 2 rings, the 2 silver rings together, but I'm also going down through the coloured rings as well. And we'll put a second ring in place. All right, Stephen, we'll see you. Hope you enjoy dinner. I haven't had mine yet. And then we'll put a second one through the same spot, and we'll close that up. Okay. So the work looks like that. This keeps blacking out on me. Are you seeing that, Chris?
No, not at all.
All right. I keep seeing this camera blacking out on me. Okay, so then we need to flip it over to the other side, and again we want to flip our work up. Where am I? I've gone the wrong way. There we go. So we want to flip this one up so it sits behind on this side. And we do the same thing. We go down through the coloured rings, through the silver rings, and we also need to go through those rings that we just added, or we just flipped up. And we close that up. And put a second one through the same path. Cat's just walked into the room. Okay. Now we need to flip this one up. And this time when we put the ring in, we have to go down through the back of the coloured one. So this one here, we sort of went into the front of the coloured ring. This time we need to go down through the back of the coloured ring. You can see that. So through the silver ring, through the colour ring, and the next pair of the previous pair of silver rings. And we close that up, and we add a silver ring in. A second ring in. I'm using 16 gauge, 1.2 mil in a 1/4 inch or 6.35. They're all the same size. You use the same size ring for this weave. So you just need to create that alternating pattern. So you can see here, colouring went into the front. Here, the colouring's going into the back. So it creates this zigzaggy or this basket weave pattern. Sharon, I've seen a lot of comments where people found the kinged version easier. I don't know why, to be honest. It might be because it uses larger rings. I'm not 100% sure about that. I did the single ring version first. In fact, I've never actually made a full piece in the double because I don't. Honestly, it's not a bracelet. It's not a look that appeals to me. So I've never actually made a full length piece doing the Kinged by Pyraberis, but I like the single very much. So I don't really know what the answer for that is. I mean, like I said, I've seen lots of people say they found the Kinged easier, and it could be that the rings are bigger. I like this as a really tight weave, so I tend to go a little bit tighter with my ring sizes in the single. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just going down the side now. You don't have to keep flipping your work over. You can do one side, go down the other. You just have to remember to alternate how you're putting those rings through. And I can see I've made a mistake there. Let me go back. Hey James, good to see you. I haven't gone through both the rings with that one, I think. There we go. That's what I get for trying to read the screen and mail at the same time. Okay, so through there, down through the front of the coloured ring, through both of, no, I'm still done it again. Oh my gosh, there we go. All right, make sure you pick up all those rings. I don't know if you noticed, but I kept missing one of these second rings here.
Yeah, Cassandra noticed.
Cassandra noticed? She mentioned it, did she?
Yep.
I'm having trouble watching. Oh, you missed a silver ring. Yep. I see you, Cassandra.
She's got your back.
It's because I'm trying to read the chat and mail at the same time. So as I said, you can go all the way down one side, do one side, flip it over, and then work on the other side, if that works for you. I mean, you do you. Whatever it is that you want to do it your way. But hopefully that's enough to show you guys how to do it. As I said, it's just a quick demonstration. Somebody mentioned in the comments on one of our other videos that they would like us to do a quick demonstration of it. Yeah, it is very chunky wares, which is probably why I don't I don't find it attractive as a bracelet. I like the two colours. It looks sweet. You can't really do that with Vipera berris, not in AA anyway. But yeah, it's not my favourite weave, but people seem to enjoy it. Okay, so that's that. Hopefully that's enough. That's what Deb says at every Easter raffle. And how many Easter raffles, school raffles, did we win?
We
One. We won one. It was
after 18 years.
It was the year that what happened? So we won 2 prizes that raffle, and we what else happened that year? Oh, the kids sports team won, which
yes.
a kid never wins anything. So it was a very good year that year. But yeah, that's the only year we've ever run anything. Good for keyrings, actually, Roslyn. That's a really sweet idea.
Oh, yeah.
That would make an awesome keyring, actually, because it's nice and chunky. What would you hang off the end of it, do you think? Or would you just leave it straight weave? Yeah, and Rita, it'd be great if although I could imagine all the voices. Could you imagine all the voices if it was like a voice chat?
Yeah.
So you just put that ring through one ring, not 2. Oh, I missed that, Dawn. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Sorry. It's really difficult. You have an AA. What size, Kate, did you use? Let me go back up here. Okay. HP 3-in-1. You haven't seen us do any of the HP 3-in-1s, Shirley? Because I show you in those weaves, those tutorials, how to hold it still. Just a scale? Yeah, I'm not sure. Leave it straight. It's already so heavily involved. Turquoise? Yeah, for that colour, turquoise would work really well, wouldn't it? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, that was me not watching what I was doing. 18 gauge 9/64. So that's 3.5 in 18 gauge. Yeah, no, you're right. That would work. Do we normally do an 18 gauge 3.5? Yeah, because it's 3.75.
3.57.
No. I'm thinking in 16 gauge.
Right.
I like it in 3.75. I think it is. Yeah, so 3.5 and 18 gauge sounds good. I'll have to give that a go, Kate. Is it a nice tight weave or a loose one? Because I like them nice and tight. I hear voices all the time, Shirley. You'd be surprised. 16 gauge 3/16. Okay, I'll have to have a look. Single Vipera berris. That would be loose. 16 gauge. You 16 as in 1.2 mils or 1.6? Looser, yeah. What are you laughing at?
I read it as loser instead of looser.
Oh, you thought Kate was calling me loser. She probably would too. She's cheeky.
I was wondering where it came from, to be honest, but it made me laugh.
I have worked in niobium and Sharon, but not in this weave. And I hope to work in niobium again soon once we can get a supply worked out. We're having trouble with niobium at the moment, so you may have noticed we've taken it off the website for now because we've been having trouble getting that in. Yeah, I reckon Chris should actually read out some comments to me. Impersonating the voices might get a little insulting though.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
5/32, not 3/16. Yeah, it'd still be a little bit looser, I think. It'd be more subtle than that. Yes. Yeah, 530 seconds is a little bit looser than what I like to do it in. Like I said, I like 3.75 in 1.2 mil. So 530 seconds is 3.97. So that's probably a little little looser than what I would like. Yeah, Natalie, I'm actually thinking of doing that as a kit. I've been wanting to do especially a half Persian 3-in-1. I'm not a big fan of the half Persian 4-in-1 and EPDM, and it is a bit of a pain to close, but I'm happy to do. I'll probably do something like that up as a kit.
Shirley asked earlier about holding the HP 3-in-1.
So
some difficulties with it.
When I start the half Persian 3-in-1 or the 4-in-1, Shirley, let me see if I can grab a couple of rings. I've got these rings closed for a different purpose. These are way too big for any of the Persian weaves, but what I do is I take the 3 starting rings, and I always use 3 starting rings, and I just put my twist tie through, and I close my twist tie around it, and that holds onto it. The other thing you can do is you can start with a piece of European 4-in-1, and you can build your weave off the edge of European 4-in-1. So if you're doing half Persian 4-in-1, you use 4 rings. If you're doing half Persian 3-in-1, you use 3 rings. That's another way of holding those rings steady, and then you just deconstruct the European 4-in-1 when you've gotten along. So I just usually leave that twist tie in place until I've got a length of, about out here somewhere, so that it's stable, and then I take that twist tie off and I put it through the first couple. But that's the way I do it. So does that help at all? Foldable rulers. What's the comment about the foldable rulers?
Didn't understand that one.
Ray wants to hear your impersonations.
Yeah.
How many girly voices can you do? Considering we haven't heard very many of yours, Julie we've heard, let me see, and Cassandra and Kate, but do it right but drop it and then it's all over. Oh, well, that's a different thing altogether then, Shirley, and I think that will come from practice and looking at your weave and recognizing patterns, which is what chainmail is all about, is recognizing patterns. I'd advise you not to drop it.
That also helps.
So that would be my suggestion there. It's not very helpful, I know, but
no, you're right about the patterns though.
Yeah, chainmail is all about recognizing patterns, and the more you do something, the easier it becomes to recognize that pattern. It's not something that you're necessarily going to pick up straight away, but some people do. That's just the way some people's minds work. It took me a while to be able to recognize patterns and look at a weave and deconstruct it. Yeah, went very quiet, didn't it? Okay. Again, it's the same thing with JPL. It's just looking at your work, understanding what you're looking at the pattern. I know that's not helpful. I know that's not helpful when you're starting out. The JPL video, I'm pretty sure I showed you what to look for there if you'd put your work down. If you want to go back and have a look at it, I'm sure I've got that information in there. If not, this might be something we can do as a chat session. I'll make up a few pieces, throw them around, and then show you how to recognize the pattern, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we might be able to do something like that for you. Put a straw in your wine glass, to put your mail down. That's a good idea, Wes. Now just get one of those beer hats, right?
Oh yeah, that works too.
With a straw in your mouth. Just don't let the straw go. Can you do JP? So do you mean JPL with a square wire ring, Sharon? Yep, JPL, yep. I can't do it right now because I don't have those rings here, and our work shed is quite a bit of distance away from us, unless we can convince Chris to do a run for us. But with our AA rings, the 16 gauge, the 1.2 5/32 is the one that you can use for square JPL. I find that once I understood the pattern works, it makes it heaps easier to make and fix errors. Yeah, and look, it's just a matter of doing a thing again and again. I'm not a believer in that as soon as you do a small piece, you've conquered that weave and you know all about it. You know, it's something that you need to do several times, and some of these weaves can take a long time before you can put them down and pick them up and be really confident with them. The washing machine overflowed. Oh no, Hazel. My gosh, go fix that.
Doesn't sound good.
Doesn't sound good at all. But some of you guys are jumping onto harder weaves really early in the beginning of your chainmail journey. So that's another thing to take into consideration. When I started chainmailing, you know, I did Byzantine until I could do it in my sleep, European 4-in-1 until I could do it in my sleep, Helm, Persian, and I stayed with those weaves, half Persians, I stayed with those weaves, Japanese, that sort of thing for a very long time before I actually moved on to anything else. Some of you guys are jumping onto the harder weaves a lot quicker than I certainly ever did, and that can affect how quickly or how slowly it takes for you to learn, because you haven't got perhaps that pattern recognition down pat or anything like that. So, you know, don't be difficult and don't be hard on yourself. And some people take up pattern recognition really quickly. Kate, I believe, is a person who has really good pattern recognition. She does some fantastic stuff just by looking at weaves. She's certainly got better pattern recognition than I have. Pattern recognition is something that's come to me. It certainly isn't something that's natural. I'm getting bored very easily. Finally got the chat to work. Whoops, I'll shush down again. No, Scott. No, Scott. Chat away. We want to hear from you. We need some testosterone in the room. What?
You've got some here?
Well, no, I don't mean
More.
this room.
Some more testosterone.
Isn't that what I said? I'm really sorry. We need some more testosterone in the room. Yes, Margaret, and that's a point too. And that's why I really like to tell people to start with the basics and do the basics. As exciting as some of those harder weaves are, do some of those basics first and really hammer those basics home. And then it's easier to launch into some of those more difficult weaves. Left-handers, my hat's off to anybody who can mail left-handed. My daughter is left-handed. The rest of the family is right-handed. She can't mail. Unfortunately, it frustrates her to no end. And I've tried to teach left-handers, and I've found it to be quite difficult. So anybody who actually mails left-handed, you're doing a fabulous job. You really are. I don't have any thoughts on how to adapt, except for the usual put it in front of a mirror and that sort of thing. A lot of time with the left-handers, when I've taught them, I've just had to show them where the ring goes, and then they work it out themselves how to do it. If they can see where the final destination of the ring is, then they work it out themselves how to do it. But I haven't come up with a good trick to teach left-handers, unfortunately. Lefty, you're a piece. So you're a lefty, Deb, as well? Yeah, my daughter actually knits like a right-hander because she needed to sit in front of me while or beside me while I was doing it. She didn't want to sit in front of me, so it she knits like a right-hander instead of a left-hander, but she is quite ambidextrous as well. No, there's not a lot of left-handed videos or anything out there. As I said, most of them tell you to, especially with the videos, to put it in front of a mirror. I don't know how effective that is. I don't want to suggest that as a definite, because I really don't know how well that works. Yeah, I had to look up how to for Kira to cast on as a left-hander, and it was just horrifying. It seems to be. It's definitely a right-handed world. A lefty corner. If I had enough people who did chainmail as a lefty, or I had someone who could teach as a lefty, that would be fabulous. But yeah, I have had to try. I have had a few lefties in quite a few classes, and it is a very different experience for them. Okay. So I'm just making up some necklaces for my daughter. She's heading out to a concert next weekend, to Fall Out Boy, and she's decided she needs, or I've decided she needs some jewellery. She's been after me for ages to do some chokers for her. I've only ever done really a very basic European forum one with a bit of stretch to it. So that is what I'm going to be working on, if I can find my rings. This is what I want. So although his shushing does sound like that to me sometimes, we've got a whole pack of sulphur-crested cockatoos who seem to have adopted our neighbourhood, and we've got some gum trees out in our front yard, and they seem to be quite partial to sitting out there and screeching. We don't teach classes or workshops anymore in Thea, so we're just up in the Blue Mountains, and in the lower Blue Mountains. So, what, 15 minutes out of Penrith, up in the mountains. We don't actually teach classes anymore, though. We normally do a MailleCon once a year. We didn't do it last year. We ran out of time and oomph.
Margaret's asking if we're doing it again.
Look, Margaret, we haven't said we're not doing it again. The thing is, with people wanting it to be perhaps 2 days, we're going to have to look for new locations and stuff. The place, which was our local school hall, can't do 2 days for us because on a Sunday or a Saturday, whichever day we can't get, I can't remember now. It's actually the local dojo. So we would have to find new locations and things like that. So we haven't written it off yet, but I'm not 100% sure which way we're going yet. I'd like to do a retreat, Kate. I'd like to do a retreat further up in the mountains. Find a really nice little area up there and see what we can come up with. That would be fabulous. It would be a lot more expensive than our past MailleCons have ever been because of accommodation and things like that, meals, that sort of thing. It's something I'd like to do. I just don't know if we'll be able to get that done in time for this year. I think, that's something that's going to be a couple of years in the planning almost, or at least a good solid 12 months. So this year, if we run something, it'll probably be just the 1 day, unless it all falls into place.
Something happens.
But ideally, I would like to do MailleCon this year because we did miss out on doing it last year. Caught myself in the right angles to do some weaves. Yeah, well, we've got a couple of school campsites, either up in the mountains or locally. The kids, where's Owen going? Yarramundi?
Yarramundi, yeah.
Our youngest is doing his Year 7 camp soon, and they go out to Yarramundi, so that might be a place. There's also the place where they do the peer support camps up in Katoomba.
Yeah,
that's a nice little area up there as well. So we've got a few places to look into, and it's something I've been thinking about, but I haven't actually managed to pull it off yet. But yeah, I think we'll hopefully get at least I'm not travelling all the way up to Townsville, Scott, sorry. going to run the business while we travel to Townsville? We'd have to shut Aussie Maille down.
The minions.
The minions? Unfortunately, it would all go to hell in a handbasket, I think. A hall with a bar. Yeah, see, now that's a dangerous combination. All those flying pliers. All right, so look, what we'll do now, because I did say we would have a prize drawing, we might as well do that now. What do you reckon, babe?
I was reading the comments. What did you say?
You want to do the prize drawing now?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, so
It's for nearly an hour in.
those that have those that are in our group or follow us on Instagram would have seen that our prize for this month is Karen's 2 fabulous books. Let me just finish putting this ring in place, and I will. Oops. Okay. All right. So I bought these special just for you guys, but it sounds like most of you already have them. Alright, so these are both of Karen's books, her Chainmail Workshop and the Advanced Chainmail Jewellery Workshop. That's going to be the prize for this month. For those that haven't seen Karen's books before, let's see if we can change the angle on this camera a bit. Okay, how's that? Alright, so they have she's got some lovely information in here. She deals, what I love about Karen's books is she goes straight from the basics, which is the simple 1 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 2 chains. She starts you there and she moves you all the way through. She's got some fabulous information. She starts off with the beginner's weaves, gives you a couple of different projects, and in the first book you finish up doing dragon scale, which is great. She gives you some beautiful ideas. The only problem I have with Karen's books is she uses drawings in her explanations. I like photos, but if that doesn't bother you, and honestly the information is so good, it's not a huge issue. It just depends on how you learn. But these are amazing books. I absolutely love them. I've had this one for quite some time. I've had them both for quite some time. This one deals more with scale mail. So if you've never worked with scales before, this is a fabulous place to start. But again, she starts you off with some of the intermediate to advanced weaves, and then she takes you into scale mail. So it's a nice gradual journey. She doesn't just throw you straight in there in the middle. So I think they're absolutely fabulous books. We'll be giving away both of these books. Okay. She uses AWG. Oh, wait a minute. Let me double check. She's got very precise tables in the back. I want to say she uses AWG, but I could be wrong with that. I'll have to have a look. I'd have to look through the book better. Alright, so what she tends to do, I don't know if we can see this here, but she gives AWG for precious metals, so for sterling silver, and she gives SWG for base metals, and she lists, some of them she lists by supplier. And unfortunately, Aussie Maille is not in there. I won't hold that against her very much. But some of those suppliers, their ring sizes are different. People like C&T Designs because they cut their rings a little bit smaller than everybody else. She's made note of those differences that's in at least the advanced book. The first one, the basic one, I'm not sure. She didn't give that sort of information, but she does most of her pieces in AWG, but she does often list the SWG size as well. So really, they're really well put together books. They're fabulous books. They're great books to start with. Yeah, like I said, she does do a combination. All right, so the comment that I need for you guys to fill in tonight to go into the list. So for those that have never been part of our giveaway, what we do is we get you guys to write a comment here while we're live. We'll then take those comments, put it into a table, allocate a number, and we'll do a random draw, and we'll let you guys know tomorrow who the winner is. So the question for us tonight, or this is more of a finish a sentence. So what was it?
I know I'm a chainmail addict when.
All right. So if you can write this sentence for us in the comments while we're live, and only while we're live, guys. You know you're a chainmail addict when, and then type in what it is that makes you become a chainmail addict. So I know I'm a chainmail addict when I dream of jumping over a fence or something like that. Type that in the comments while we're live. We'll put those into a table and we'll let you guys know tomorrow who is going to have 2 amazing books in their library. Turkish Delight. I'm not sure that qualifies. You need to put that into a sentence, Margaret. You're going to need to use it as a sentence.
That was
So,
last week's question.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
But I like where she's going. I'm a Turkish Delight lover as well. So
I have to say, for you Turkish Delight lovers, I found this at the supermarket. They're Leamington M&Ms. I didn't realise when I picked them up that they actually have jam flavouring as well. So it's not quite Turkish Delight. More
very
like a
similar.
cherry ripe
Yeah.
type thing because it's chocolate and coconut and jam, strawberry jam. I'm actually been eating it because I'm a little bit desperate for chocolate. But yeah, you Turkish Delight lovers might like the Leamington M&Ms. Way too much more money on jump rings. But they're the best kind of addicts, and they are. You have rings in the strangest places. Yep, absolutely. Finish your pieces in your sleep. Wish I could finish my pieces in my sleep. That'd be fabulous. And make a bracelet the rings that fall out of your clothes. Yep, Ray. Dents in your hands. Yes. It takes up more room. Yep. Something I see to chainmail. Yep, absolutely. Lovely oval gemstone. I actually have plans on demonstrating that, Shirley, in the very near future. When you wonder what the idea of a donut is, yep. People offer their seats in public transport. You work standing up, Nicole? Oh my God, you are hardcore, sweetheart. Cheezels and start arranging them into patterns. Very good, Margaret. I like it. All right, Ray. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Have a good night, and we'll catch up with you through the week or next week here, hopefully. See you, darling. You're in for one for your kids' Lego. Oh, yeah. No, that's just crazy, Stephen. Sorry. Anything remotely chainmail. Yep, yep. And the other one for us is lizards. Anything remotely lizard. I seem to get tagged on. Turkish Delight Tim Tams. Oh, Annette. Blah.
She's hitting all your buttons tonight.
She's just saying that because she's already got these books. She doesn't need to win one. Ooh, shinies. Yep. Yep, having intelligent conversation and then suddenly, ooh, shinies. Burger rings. Yum, yum. Love me some burger rings. We should have a competition to see who can make chainmail out of food. That's it. I want to. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, everybody tags us for anything that's got a lizard vaguely in it. That's what I want for my next birthday, babe. Chainmail cake.
Good idea.
Get some round rings. Make a European 4-in-1 for me. I won't make you do Byzantine. Oh wow, Sharon. Okay. I can't imagine having to shovel your driveway. I mean, we never get snow here. We get snow up in the top of the mountains, but it's usually like for a day. You know, it doesn't stay on the ground very long. That boggles my mind. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Jane, thanks very much. Food chain. Yeah, food chains would be good. Onion rings would work really well, Lisa. Absolutely. I'm with you on that one. Next time I go to Hungry Jack's, I might weave some chainmail.
What, with the leftovers?
Yeah, there's not very many leftovers, is there? Do like my onion rings. Well, you'd have to just put a little slit in it, Margaret, and then very, very carefully put it back together.
Yeah, they snap though, those ones.
Calamari rings, yep. Pick of that fence. Look at the weave of their neck chains. Yeah, I accosted our courier the other week because he had these beads with dragons on them. Poor man. Didn't know what I was grabbing for when I grabbed for his wrist. What's the fence comment, babe? You didn't see it?
I walked out for everyone, so missed it.
Alright, Bonnie, thanks for joining us. Take care, we'll catch up with you later.
Oh, he has a fence made of hoodoo weave, apparently.
A fence made of hoodoo weave. I'm impressed. I'm not sure what our fence weave would be. Alright, Sharon, thanks for joining us. Do you ever make any 3D items? Lisa, I haven't yet actually.
Oh, Michelle's kits.
Oh,
You could call them
hyperlinks.
yeah.
Hyperlinks. Animals. You're talking about the animals.
Talking about the animals,
Yeah, I haven't done any structural. I do have a couple of Zillies kits that I'm supposed to get around to doing, but I haven't actually done those yet. It's on my list. Same with clothing. I haven't done a lot of clothing either. Thanks, Dana, for joining us. Catch you later. Okay. There's a gate. The pig. Yeah. Yeah, he's very cute. Is it Percy? Was it Percy? Is that his name? The pig's name?
I think so. Percy pig.
We've actually got, I'm not sure we've got any of the animals in stock at the moment. Where, oh, looks like I've lost my other camera. Let me change this view. Okay, looks like the battery's died on my other camera. So, I might as well get that out of the way. Well, there's an answer. Charge lasts for about an hour.
Now we know.
Now we know how long it lasts. Oh, I'm just trying to move this camera. Excuse me while I fiddle with it, get it out of my way. There we go. Alright, well there we go. We can only do that camera for about an hour then. Yeah, blue screen of death. Yeah, batteries, but bleh. Haven't had that for ages, the blue screen of death. Yeah, Shirley said it as well. Look at all the old timers. Yeah, I absolutely need to test it, Kate. I'm looking forward to it, actually. As I said, I don't have a lot of experience in structural work, so I'm really looking forward to having a go at the tutorial you're putting together. In my left hand is the chisel nose, Scott. Love the chisel nose ones. I usually have a chisel nose in my left hand and either the short nosed or the wide short nosed in the other hand. That's my preference to work with. Yeah, the only one I haven't done is has Margaret gone too? Okay, cool. All right. The only animal I haven't done is Daphne, the dachshund. And I never finished the beaver kit because there was an issue with the ring supplies and I gave up with it. Yeah, Lisa, I'm impressed you turned up, sweetheart. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this is unusual for us. We normally do a demonstration. This is just a chat session. It's the first one we're trying this week. If it doesn't work so well, then you know we're going to have to come up with something else. But thank you very much for joining us. Nodding away to me over there. You're not going yet, Margaret? Is Chris trying to push you out the door, sweetheart?
No. She said, thanks for doing it. And I said, thanks for coming. I wasn't saying she was going.
Oh, I thought you were saying she was going. Okay, sorry. My mistake. I misunderstood.
Daphne's awesome.
Yeah, I love the octopus and I love the pig. That was it, really. They're my favourite too. What else? Oh, the echidna. The echidna as well. She was all right. Not an echidna. She's not an echidna. What is she? Hedgehog. See you, Dawn. No harm in trying, sweetheart. Yeah, I've seen that duck tutorial. I'm not so much into the structural animals myself. Okay, I'm not sure I like that. Oh, I got those rings wrong there. That might be why I don't like it. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with some different choker designs for Kira to wear. She loves the chokers. I just realised I've put those rings in wrong. Hey, Amrita. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Annette. See you later. Thanks, Roslyn. Catch up with you next week. The question for the competition, Stephen, was, you know you're a mad mailer when, and then you needed male addict, and then fill in the answer. So you know you're a male addict. Not telling Stephen. That's not nice, Linda. Yeah, I've been meaning to do one of the Aussie Maille logo for years. One day I'll get around to these things. I still got to finish my lamp, and then I want to do some clothing, and then so much. Why is that like that? You notice the chainmail shirt before you notice that it leaves her boobs on display. I thought you were telling me my boobs were on display for a minute. Then I was just about to die of embarrassment. God, these girls are too old to go on display now. I don't know. I like to do matching earrings when I do a bracelet. Some designs don't seem to lend themselves to that. Well, yeah, I think you've covered it. Some designs don't tend to lend themselves. We're having that sort of issue now, putting together sets. Keep open, Julie. Keep open, darling. Enjoy your night, sweetheart. I'll catch up with you later. Thanks for coming along. Finish, yeah. Yeah. Sylvia, if you can't do the exact same weave, then maybe there might be a variation that's available that you could do into earrings. Or you could do perhaps a graduation of the weave. You know, things like you know, double spiral looks really good as a graduated earrings, which would look in, you know, just like a piece of chain. Otherwise, it just adds that little bit of extra to it. I mean, it really depends on the weave. There's a lot of weaves out there that don't lend themselves to jewellery at all. They're more designed for armour. Yeah, I couldn't see manigua, however you pronounce that, for an earring. Yeah, you'd have to come up with a closed variation, would be my suggestion. I think that's a little loose. What do you think? As a centerpiece for a choker. Do you think that works? I don't know. Big shirt forever. Yeah, there's a reason why Chris doesn't have a shirt. Even though he keeps asking me for one. Cat meowing like crazy. Yeah, if ours don't get fed at 6 o'clock, the whole neighbourhood. Mingwa? Oh, it's Mingwa, is it? Thank you. Do you think so? I mean, I was going to put just a simple chain. I just don't know how it's sitting. You like it? Alright, well maybe I'll keep with it and see how she likes it. It sort of works. I just think it's a little loose. I might try to, I might swap out those small sizes for something a bit tighter, see if it just tightens it up a little bit. It has an inlay that will look too small if I make it too big. Okay. Oh, okay, so you're expanding it all the time, Kate? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Aren't you a good mum? Depends on the neck. Yeah, well, my old neck. Oh, I hate chokers anyway. She has a lovely young. She's only 15. So she's got a beautiful skin. Yeah, it's not. Anyway, I've got a few designs that I want to do for her, so that'll keep me busy this week. Maybe if I make up something nice, I might do it as a project. Okay, fabulous. Alright, well we've been at this for just over an hour now, an hour and a quarter. That's longer than I thought. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. And everything seems to be going. It's a shame about the GoPro only lasting an hour though.
Yep.
I don't know how we can fix that. Okay. Alright, so it looks like this might be mostly for an hour, which I guess is long enough.
Oh, I think so.
Yep. Alright guys, well we might call it quits then, because I can't demonstrate anything more unfortunately. I'll have to see if we can come up with something. Anyway, thank you very much for coming along, and we will let you guys know on the usual channels tomorrow who is the winner of the books. I really No, I can't, Susie, because I can't put the 2 plugs in because we need a different plug to stream it than what we use, a different cord than we use to charge it. And they don't both fit, unfortunately. So, don't know what we're going to do there. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming along. I really do appreciate you guys. I was worried I was going to be sitting here talking to myself for half an hour. So I really do appreciate you all coming along and supporting us. It means a lot to me. Alright, well, we'll catch up with you guys next week. And Stephen should win because that comment was gold. Which comment was that, Wes? I can't remember, sorry.
The Lego? Oh.
No,
Stevens.
I can't remember which one was Stephen's comment. No, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Us guys in Sydney, hopefully we'll get some rain tomorrow or tonight. That would be fabulous. And you guys that are already copping it up there, I hope it eases for you and you don't actually end up in flood conditions because we don't want that either. All right. Thank you, Debbie. Love you too. Take care, everyone. Bye. Boobs comment. Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
No, that leisure boobs.
It's the boobs comment.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. All right. No worries. Well, I'll unfortunately we don't give it out for the best comment. It is completely random. But yeah, we'll let you guys know tomorrow. All right. Take care, everyone.